WasteQuip vertical baler that you're about to use is designed to help your company efficiently manage paper and cardboard waste compaction. The baler is easy to use and maintain. It meets all of the standards for safety established by the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI, and it comes complete with clearly marked warning labels, easy-to-use control components, and step-by-step written and video instructions on the proper use and maintenance of this equipment. However, our efforts to ensure safety when operating or maintaining this equipment may fall short without simple common sense on the part of the operator or maintenance crew member. No one should use or operate this equipment until they have been trained in its proper use. This video and instruction manual are supplemental training tools designed to give you the instruction on how to properly operate and maintain the WasteQuip vertical baler. To put it bluntly, vertical balers are designed to forcefully compress material. That alone should serve as a warning to anyone that improper use or failure to follow safety procedures at all times could result in severe injury. If, after reading the instruction manual and watching this program, you are not clear on the safe operation and maintenance of this equipment, do not use it. Contact your supervisor or safety officer for additional training or clarification. If during the course of your use, the equipment becomes damaged or appears to be working improperly, do not use it. Contact your supervisor to request a maintenance check. And if during the course of your use or maintenance of this equipment, questions arise that could compromise your ability to work with the equipment safely, do not use it. Contact your supervisor for answers or additional instruction. Remember, safety is number one when it comes to using or maintaining your WasteQuip vertical baler. Follow precautions and procedures carefully, and you'll find the baler to be a valuable tool when it comes to efficient paper, plastic, and cardboard recycling and removal. Before using your WasteQuip vertical baler, it's important to be aware of and follow these added precautions. First, the law states that you must be at least 18 years old to operate, inspect, or maintain the vertical baler. Next, use all applicable safety features provided on the baler. Use the baler only after receiving instruction, and follow instructions each and every time you operate or service the baler. Report any damage to or malfunction of the baler to your supervisor, and do not use the equipment until it is repaired or authorized maintenance personnel indicate that it is safe to do so. Ensure that the area around the equipment remains clear during all phases of operation, and be prepared to stop the process immediately if necessary. Never allow material to hang out of the baling compartment where it can interfere with proper closing of the ejection door or safety gate. Never attempt to adjust material while the baler is in operation. Always be sure that safety interlocks, switches, and other protective devices are fully functional before operating the equipment. And always be sure to follow lockout and tagout procedures when inspecting malfunctions, jams, or other equipment problems, and whenever conducting maintenance procedures. It's important for all waste disposal and recycling personnel to understand that only materials that are safe to compact should be loaded into the vertical baler. The baler is designed for the management of paper and cardboard waste and recyclables. In other words, no hazardous materials, no combustibles, and no explosives, such as pressurized cans, should ever be compacted. Not only could these items pose a danger to operators if compacted, but disposal of hazardous materials is heavily regulated and monitored. In spite of the precautions and guidelines that are necessary to help ensure your safety, the WasteQuip vertical baler is easy to operate. The baler itself consists of a standard compaction compartment, a platen or compression plate, an ejection door, a safety gate, and 4 simple controls: an on-off key switch to help prevent unauthorized or inadvertent operation, an auto tie selector to allow you to select between automated compacting or tie-off mode, a start eject button to start the baler motor and eject the bale once tied off, and an emergency stop button to stop the motor and all movement of the baler at any time. Operation of the baler begins by first understanding how to operate the baler during an emergency. If the baler should need to be stopped during operation, simply press the emergency stop button. Before restarting the baler, you will need to decide whether you want to raise or lower the platen. To raise the platen, first close the bale ejection door to keep material inside the compacting compartment. Next, turn the auto tie selector to auto and press the start eject button to raise the platen. When the platen reaches the desired height, simply press the stop button. If you choose not to stop the platen in its highest position, it will cycle automatically, meaning it will build hydraulic pressure in its raised position and then automatically lower the platen to compress material in the compacting compartment. To lower the platen, turn the auto tie selector switch to tie. Close the bale ejection door to keep material inside the compacting compartment, then press and hold the start eject button. The platen will move down until it meets pressure, reaches the end of its stroke, or you release the start eject button. To begin baling, start with the bale ejection door open and the platen raised. Place flattened boxes or cardboard sheets onto the bale chamber floor to provide support for the tie wires and allow room for the bale tie wires to pass through when tying the bale. Next, close and lock the bale ejection door. Load the material to be baled into the baling chamber evenly. Although we recommend that you collapse cardboard boxes to maximize the amount of material baled, it is not necessary to collapse boxes before baling. Check to be sure no material extends over the top edge of the bale ejection door. Pull the safety gate all the way down, keeping material inside the compacting compartment to engage the magnetic interlock switch that is necessary for the baler to cycle fully. Next, insert the key into the on-off key switch and turn the key to the on position. Turn the auto tie selector switch to the auto position. Press the start eject button and the motor will start and the platen will rise to the top of the baler. When the platen is fully raised, the power unit builds hydraulic pressure, at which point the directional control valve will shift to extend the cylinder and lower the platen to compress the material in the bale chamber. The platen will continue to lower until it reaches a preset shift point or preset pressure, at which time the directional control valve will again shift. The platen will rise to the fully retracted position and the motor will shut off, completing one full cycle. Simply repeat the process until enough material has been compressed to form a bale of the desired size and prepare to tie off the bale. If your baler is equipped with the optional full bale light, a sensor will detect when the bale has reached the factory preset bale size, and a light in the stop button will be activated to alert the operator of the need to tie off and remove the bale. To reset the controls, push in and then pull out the stop button. Turn the auto tie selector switch to tie. Open the safety gate. Then press the start eject button to start the motor and raise the platen to the fully retracted position and prepare to tie off the bale. To tie off a bale, first be sure you are wearing proper hand and eye safety protection. Then place flattened boxes or cardboard sheets on top of the bale, again to provide support for the bale tie wires. Fully close the safety gate. Turn the auto tie selector switch to the tie position. Press and hold the start eject button to start the motor and allow the platen to lower to compress the material. When the platen movement stops, release the button and the platen will continue to hold in this position to allow the bale to be tied. Raise the safety gate. Unlock and fully open the bale ejection door. And from the front of the baler, insert the tie wires, loop end first, between the corresponding slats of the chamber floor. And then between the corresponding slats of the platen. Be sure that the wires fully encompass the bale. Then thread the straight end of the tie wire through the loop end and pull the tie wire until it is snug against the bale. Fold the straight end of the wire back and twist it around itself to secure. And place the ejector chain loop on the platen hook that protrudes through the rear of the baler. Next, place a pallet in front of the baler to receive the tied-off bale. Then, while standing at the side of the baler, press and hold the Start Eject button. The motor will start, the platen will rise until it is in the fully retracted position, and the bale will be tilted out of the baler and onto the pallet. Once the bale has been fully ejected, check the bale tie wires slots to verify that they are clean. Then close and lock the baler ejection door. Lower the safety gate. Turn the auto tie selector switch back to auto and press the Start Eject button to cycle the baler one time before starting a new bale. The ejection system will automatically disengage from the platen hook on this cycle. Note that balers equipped with WasteQuip's auto ejector system automatically position bales for ejection when the ejection door is unlocked and the bale is tied off. If your involvement with the WasteQuip vertical baler is limited to basic operation, you have all of the information you need for safe operation at this point. Again, if you still have questions, refer to the owner's manual, review the video, or contact your supervisor or safety officer for assistance. If, however, your duties extend to basic maintenance and minor repair of the vertical baler, understand that you must be fully trained and qualified before attempting to service equipment. It is also critical that maintenance personnel carefully review the maintenance sections of the owner's manual, specifically with regard to safety and lockout-tagout procedures. And, of course, it's critical to follow safety procedures at all times. WasteQuip recommends that a regular schedule of monitoring and maintenance be followed for this equipment to protect against failure and to address wear and tear of components before problems occur. Before attempting to perform maintenance or repair of any kind, however, it is critical to conduct full lockout and tagout procedures. These procedures essentially disable or lock out sources of energy that can cause the equipment to move while being serviced, including electrical, hydraulic, potential, and kinetic energy that could cause parts of the system to move unexpectedly. WasteQuip also suggests that the control circuit fuse be removed as a secondary precaution to prevent the vertical baler from being started accidentally. Also, double-check the circuit breakers or the service disconnect to make sure they are off. Proper lockout and tagout will help to ensure that no one else inadvertently turns equipment on while you're performing maintenance or service procedures. Your WasteQuip Vertical Baler Owner's Manual provides detailed instructions for selecting proper tagout materials, proper completion of tagout information, proper placement of lockout tags, and step-by-step procedures for safe lockout and tagout. The basics for a lockout-tagout procedure are outlined here and in the equipment manual. However, it is both your employer's and your responsibility to develop, enforce, and practice a lockout procedure for your specific installation. We recommend that you follow these procedures each and every time maintenance or service is performed. Number 1. As always, Be sure you understand and can perform all lockout and tagout procedures before attempting to work on the equipment. Number 2. Tag the equipment using approved lockout tags to let others know that it is out of service and should not be operated. Number 3. Use the appropriate lockout device on the electrical supply and be sure others know not to reactivate the power supply without confirming that repair has been completed and it is safe to do so. Number 4. Inspect the equipment for stored energy, such as entrained hydraulic pressure that can cause components to move unexpectedly or expel fluids at high pressure. Number 5. Lockout tags and lockout devices should only be removed by authorized individuals after service and repairs are completed. Once lockout and tagout procedures are complete, it is safe to conduct your maintenance procedures. The following components should be monitored on a weekly basis. Check oil level to be sure it is adequate, and add a compatible petroleum-based oil as necessary. Hydraulic hoses and fittings should be checked for damage and leaks. Hydraulic leaks may be easily corrected by tightening fittings or replacing the hoses. Damaged parts must be repaired or replaced before placing the baler back into service. Check to be sure